share with you where I live in Garcia. This is just one of the barracks buildings here. 24, building 24, part of the Chief's Coop. Very nice place, and I want to show you like the little courtyard area up here. I live on the second floor, and right over here to my left, by that green chair that you see, that's the room to my door. And this little background, I haven't shared this with a whole lot of people, but before I came out here, even though I was active duty military, I was homeless for a little bit, and I don't really want to get into why, as an active duty member, senior enlisted active duty member, I was homeless for a little bit. Maybe I'll get into that a little bit later, but homeless nonetheless. I lived out of my Jeep, now I have a tent. But I was in San Diego on the beach, loved it. It was simple, not a bad way to live at all. If you're going to be homeless, San Diego is the place to be. Very good weather there. But I want to share with you where I live here. And kind of my transition as I go from being in the Navy for 20 years to being a civilian now, moving back to Tennessee, kind of my thought process in living tiny. Alright, and I'll show you the rest of the courtyard up here. So this is probably not what you would imagine military barracks to look like. In my opinion, this looks like a pretty nice hotel in a tropical area, right? Beautiful palm trees, little green courtyard down there. And I got to show you some of the little birds that fly around through here that I get to feed. But panning around through here, there's a bird that's nesting in that palm tree right there. It's just on the other side where that little finch is. It's a nice little courtyard area. No swimming pool, but get plenty of sun up here when the sun's out. Beautiful palm trees. Just a great place to be. Love it. Okay, so for the inside of my room, this is the front door if you're coming from outside where I was talking to you earlier. From the front door when you come in, right to the right, you have the living room area, I guess you would call it. A TV, a little speaker there. That's a good little speaker. A little sofa, a little table I made over at the woodworking shop, chair, computer desk. And this right here, from the wall to the left you were looking at now, all the way to the wall to the right, it's about 14.5 feet wide. And then going back from where I'm standing now, my back to the door, all the way back to the bed is 25 feet. So it's about 14.5 wide by 25 feet long. So if you were looking at doing maybe a 12 by 24, so I know the 14.5 by 25, that's a strange measurement for some of y'all, but this is overseas in Garcia, British Indian Ocean Territory. But if you were thinking about doing 12 by 24, this would give you somewhat of an idea, being 14.5 by 25. If you got kids, you can kind of think, well, you might need a loft if you want to put an extra bed up there and stuff like that. So this is pretty good for maybe a couple or somebody living single life. I'm very happy here. We're single when we come to this island because it's only military contractors and things like that. Families aren't allowed to come. But I got my little storage here, ironing board, and vacuum cleaner, some of my fishing stuff, little storage bin. Very small fridge, freezer. It gets the job done. Of course, I like to be a lot cleaner in this, put everything away, but when you live tiny, space is, you gotta make use of the space that you have, so everything kind of becomes storage. Everything's gotta have a use. So a little stove, I definitely prefer gas, but hey, I'm not complaining. They kind of pay me to live here, so storage for spices, and in this cabinet I got food, canned stuff, pancakes, pancake mix, stuff like that. My dishes over here, pots and pans. Now this right here, if you're going to live in a tiny space, you could potentially build you a closet, and it's pretty roomy. It fits all my stuff in here, and if you have just a few clothes for a couple, or maybe you've got a kid or two, and as long as you don't have a big armoire for each of you, you can fit all your clothes in here. And, protein and creatine, all my stuff to work out, and bags. I really need to organize this better, but I pretty much work every day, and I don't have a whole lot of time to spend doing some of those things I want to do as far as cleaning wise. I keep it healthy though, it's not as organized as I'd like. It's one of my favorite spots here, my little library. I definitely got more books in storage back in the States, but this is what I have with me now. Picture my papa when he was in the Army, and my dad, my aunts and uncles, and my dad when he was in the Army. Pictures of the kiddos. Favorite wall in the room. And my truck. Favorite place to fish on the Hiwassee River. And of course my patriotic stuff. My helmet I made chief, and then that flag was my papa's given to the family when he passed away. Kind of important stuff to me. Another important part of the room is the fishing pole storage. My little toolbox down there. The toolbox just contains a bunch of paint where I like to paint rocks and things like that. A little end table with Bulbasaur. My son gave me Bulbasaur before I came over. Now here's what a bathroom might look like in a 14 by 24 or similar size cabin. Not too bad, gets the job done. You kind of check out the tub. Not too bad. Pretty happy with this setup. Anyway, this is my room. Very, very happy to be here. But even more excited to come home and show you what's in store for the piece of property that I bought and everything that's going on there. Alright, so that's my room. Really appreciate you letting me share that with you. Very excited to be here. It's been a very good room to me for about a year and a half. And I'm transitioning, from my military career, going back to being a civilian and moving to Tennessee, which I'm very excited about. It's kind of got me thinking I could live tiny like this. Only problem is I've got, 3 kids that I definitely want to have over, so I need some room for them. So I'm not sure if I can go this tiny, but, you let me know what you think. Definitely want to know, your thoughts on it. Which way would you go if you were in my shoes? Would you go a little bit bigger or try to make this work with 3 kids? Maybe putting a loft in there. And I'm thinking maybe bunk beds or something like that, I got 2 boys and a girl. If you saw the pictures that are up on the wall there, and they're still, kind of young, not quite teenagers yet. My oldest he's getting there though in the next year. But what would you do? And right now, on my piece of property that I bought, there's a 4-bay door garage, but there's no house. There's a foundation that's 36 by 52, and I think that's way too big for what I need. I really like living in a smaller place. It's less to clean, less to maintain. It's definitely going to be cheaper. And as you know, that's kind of where I'm trying to go with this is, I want to have that financial freedom in life. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money, go into debt. I've got some money saved up, and I'd really like to just pay cash for, everything, including my home build. So I am wanting to stay, pretty much small and go from there. And, talk about a composting toilet, because I don't have to spend money on water to flush the toilet. It's better for the environment. There's value in the compost that I'll be making. Things of that nature I'm very excited about. So we're living a life that's sustainable, cheap, and allow me to go do things. I'll maybe take more trips with the kids. I love to hunt, love to fish, love to take them up to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, camping trips, all over the place. So, and I want to share that with you too. So I hope you continue to watch and see what's going on. But coming up soon, I'll be moving back to Tennessee. I gotta go out to San Diego for a little bit first. I gotta out process there, and then with this COVID garbage, I gotta ROM there is remain in place, kind of quarantined for 14 days, and I'll do my out processing, and then I'm going to do a road trip from San Diego to Tennessee. Let me know which route you would take or what stops you'd like to see on the way there. I might try to stop by and see those myself and share that with you. But we're going to do that and plan to get home around probably the day after Christmas, honestly. So I'll fly off this island November 6th, make it to San Diego, and then from San Diego I'm expecting to leave around December 20th. Maybe about a 6-day road trip. Can make it a little bit faster, but I want to be safe on the road. I don't want to go 100 miles an hour all day or anything like that. I'm thinking driving 8 hours a day at the most, get plenty of rest and things like that. So I actually make it safely to see my kids, spend time with my family, my my brother, all that great stuff. So excited this next chapter of my life, and definitely excited to share it with you. So you continue to watch. All right, thank you. See you next time. Bye. Wanted to see if I can get a shot of this baby bird that's nested up in this tree. Yeah, kind of big. He doesn't look much like a baby anymore. We still got a few down feathers left. He hasn't left the tree yet. And this is not one of the smaller birds that I'm trying to feed.